All right, guys, welcome to another video. This is my weekly video, by the way, for Friday. Well, for the week that we just ended on July 26th. This is just a video recap, as you can see on the screen. For those of you guys who have not come to our room yet, you will see our total points for the week that we captured in the room live. We screen share 8 hours a day. We are, from the moment the market open, even before the market open, we are usually at 9 o'clock a.m. Eastern time. We are live. So the guys come into the room. We go over the setups. I'm about to go over the preparation for tomorrow. But again, this is my recaps. I try to post them for you guys to see. How do we do every single day? What is the outcome daily? Monday, we have about 17 points. It was a great day. Tuesday, we're positive. We're happy. We were doing at least 8 points daily. I'm happy with that. Thursday was a great day. We did about 23 points plus. And Friday, really quiet. We did only about 7 points. So Friday, what we did on Friday, guys, I mean, there was nothing. I mean, there was no volume. The market was grinding up. It was a good trending day. But if you didn't buy from the open, you're pretty much a screw up. So I'm gonna go over that in details in the video. Friday, I only took couple of trades. I did one short, and then I went long. I scratched this long. I regretted scratching that long. I'm gonna go over this, the reason why I got out of the trade, because it was a good setup. It was just the footprint kind of messed me up on that regard. And my last short was around 9 in the morning, and after 9 o'clock, I just let the market do whatever the market was going to do. And the market went to 27.75 or 20, actually it went all the way to 29.50. That's a new all-time high during regular trading hours. So having said that, let me get this out of the way and go over our setup. One of my setups, actually, not the 30 minutes. I'm gonna go over that probably later on. But here is what happened coming on from, from Thursday into Friday, right? So Thursday into Friday, before the market opened, I was telling the guys to pay close attention to this overnight point of control, which was, by the way, a very prominent point of control. Most of the balance from Globex was done, business was conducted around the point of control. Market opened, the moment we opened around 1450, 1475, excuse me. We touched the overnight puck, and I didn't have an order right there sitting at limit, you know. Was my first mistake not to have an order there. Market went up. It has spent about 10 minutes going back and forth between the open but we never revisited the overnight point of control. We never went back to the overnight point of control. So I couldn't, get on board on the trade. As you saw on my recap, right, my next trade was, I think it was 18 short, right? It was this, I shorted 18 and got out of 17. I only got 1 point, and that move was right here on A period. I believe it was A period that I got it. So I got in, came down to 17. It was a good trade. The next trade was to go short at 20, and this was around 9 o'clock, the moment we were going to open a B period. So during the B period, I shorted right here around 20, and I got out all the way at 1850 when I got out on B period. Now after that, C period gave us a good setup, and let me see if I can pull my my other chart. Give me 1 second to show you exactly what happened. So when the market was coming to the C period, and let me open it right here. This was around 9:30 in the morning, and yeah, it was around 9:30 in the morning. That was the C period low. So I want you to pay close attention to this, because this was a great setup. Some of my guys, they grabbed it. I did not. I was explaining something live and I missed the trade. Nonetheless, I was happy with my trading last week. This was a great setup coming off VWAP, and I'm referring to this point on the C period. So C period came exactly to the value area high from the Globex session, and I want to show you right now. So if you guys can see how mechanical Friday was, that was VWAP, and that was also the value area high for my overnight session. So that was a great entry for those of you guys that are market profilers. You have to be a quick trader in order to take those type of trades, but some of my guys, they did. I'm so glad, so happy that they did. I was really excited about the trade with one of my guys who has become really good at referencing points of reference on the profile. So that was really great. Looking at today, actually tomorrow, which is Monday, July 29, what I'll be looking is whether or not this 2950 is going to be revisited. We did have some, excess, about 3 ticks. I think M was kind of quiet, kind of sold off, just liquidation into the close. But if you look at the structure, and I'm going to be really clear about this, guys, we did have some singles that we were leaving right here on K period. Some guys do not include N, which is the last 15 minutes, and probably we should not as well. But just looking at the profile, you see that we left singles at around 3,022.50, and that is this line right. I actually labeled them. I have singles. I have another singles at 30.21. So the previous regular trading hours high was that 24, which was from Wednesday, and I do believe there will be a good fight on those levels, especially now that we have buyers taking control of the market. We'll see how the sellers react tomorrow before FOMC. We might have one of those weeks when the volume just dies down completely. At this point, I really don't know what the market is going to do. What I know for sure is that we have singles at 22.50 and singles at 21. And you can see right here how the buyers took control above the previous regular trading hours high, which was 30.22.50. So I will get rid of this note for now, and then I'm gonna have it for me. I will increase the width on this one for everyone to see tomorrow. Where do we have some singles? This is very important to know. I have marked down here 30.22.50 and 30.21.50, and that comes from Monday, July the 15th, and from Wednesday, July the 23rd. So if this market is going to have some, higher, it's gonna start making higher lows and higher highs, and keep, giving us all-time highs every other week, we have to be ready to take those trades. So this 22-21 area was really important on Friday, and they defended it really well. If you look at the profile, at the footprint, we were stuck here most of the afternoon. I mean, from the moment you got there around 10:30, look at all the absorption that happened on the footprint, right? And it took a while to break out. I mean, even though the volume was completely horrible, to be honest with you, I mean, the volume was really bad. But it took quite 3 hours to finally break out of this 21, 22 area. And once we broke out of it, I mean, we went right to the 29.50. Something interesting for me for what happened on Friday was the same thing that was happening last week when we were having this big move from Monday, Monday all the way till Friday, and that was the overnight lows were not revisited. All that inventory was not corrected, and I saw the same thing on Friday. If you look at Friday's period, here is the overnight low from Friday, and we did not revisit it. I mean, we came to the point of control, they bought it, and they started trending the whole day on Friday. So what is going to be important for me coming in tomorrow morning, Monday, is are we going to open inside of one of these 3 distributions? Because having singles right here, singles at 22, and I mean, you have 3 distributions, coming in tomorrow that you have to take into consideration. I'll be looking closely to see if we're going to open inside the value, right? Inside value, and you can see clearly how value in the market is developing higher going into FOMC. If we were to open inside value, guys, inside area, it's going to be pretty tough. Chop maybe early in the morning. We're gonna look at the, really references like overnight, like currently. Look at the overnight. I mean, it's midnight when I'm doing this video, because I was expecting a much better move from Globex, but it's quite going nowhere. It's just crickets. That's the reason why I'm doing this video so late, for you guys to see it in the morning. And that is the fact that the value currently is developing between 20 and 26. It's only a 6 points range. And look at the overnight point of control currently around 2150. So that gives you an idea what's going on around this level, right? Buyers are trying to take control of this market, when in the past we have seen the sellers control this 0950, and we saw it from July 17, July 18, July 19, July 23rd, how we were having a big, a little bit of trouble getting above the line. And it took last week, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday to go through it and now try to find some momentum, some buyers stepping in for them to give us this new all-time high. So again, tomorrow morning, very important. If we get one of those firecracker events, which I doubt it at this point because of FOMC, I will be looking into my notes. You have point of controls on top of point of controls that they have not been revisited. You have the point of control from July 25th. You have point of controls from Tuesday, from Monday, from last week. All this inventory, guys, needs to be corrected eventually. One thing to know though, I have this 29.98, and of course we have the 3,000 line in the sand. Sellers were shut off that day. That was July 23rd. If you look at what happened this day, and I mentioned to the guys in the room, is like they were in control all morning. They were trying to sell the market that Tuesday, right? They were trying and trying and trying. Suddenly there is some news, I think, about China that made us go higher, and we end up the day on the high note, and that was on Tuesday. Wednesday we come in again. We did not revisit the overnight low of that particular day, and we start trending higher, and we got to that 2250 area where that was a previous RTH regular trading hours all-time high. This happened on July 24th, but it was only by one tick compared to the one from the 17th, I believe. So very important to note is that the market is telling us something, right? The market wants to go higher, and there is a question that most retailers always have, and that is, why is the market continue to go higher and we keep attacking these prices and these prices? Well, I will tell you this. Do not overcomplicate yourself trying to understand what the dynamic of the market is. The dynamic is very simple, to be honest with you. There are offers here and there are bids at the bottom. So these guys are really, just asking every single day, hey, do you want to sell to me at this price? So the question these guys are asking every time is, do you want to sell to me at this price, right? And these guys are going the other way. These guys are saying, hey, do you want to buy from me at this price? And the more people willing to pay, higher prices for any instrument, the higher that instrument will go. It's just pretty mechanics. It's really simple. These guys want to sell at 26. Well, if you're willing to buy for it and pay for it, the market is going to go up one tick higher. Then they're going to dump offers at 27, and they're going to say, hey, do you want to buy from me at 27? And these guys are saying, well, sell it to me at 27, sell it to me at 26.75, sell it to me at 26.50, and the market keep going higher and higher and higher. There's nothing wrong with that. I have seen this picture, I mean, so many times. Going to the 30 minutes, and I have this huge expanding, it's a rising, expanding wedge, and I have it since last Sunday, July 21st. I mean, look at the structure, guys. And I have my line in the sun here. This was my go, no go line about 3,950. And look at what happened. I mean, look at the battle, right? We have come all week trying to break away from this trend line. Again, sellers are not able to take control. This is the day, I think this was a Thursday, when they try a little bit. I think this was overnight, trying to take control of the market, and they just couldn't. And look, every single day, just going. Look where we are right now as I'm doing this video, during Globex. So if tomorrow morning you start seeing the market drift towards that trend line 16, you want to be a mechanical trader and maybe take a two lots or one lot just to test the water. I do trade with 3 lots, usually 4 lots. I would go with the market straight with 4 lots. But you want to get a sense of what the market is trying to tell you. The market does not want to stop. Many people that I know in the industry, they are saying we're going to the 3,100. And I did a particular note for my guys last week, and I'll share that with you right now. And it was the following. This is a monthly chart. Okay, this is a monthly chart. And last time we crossed over an even number, such a 2,000. This was in 2000, the level 2,000 in the ES. This was done back in November of 14. I remember that very clearly. Look how many months we were stuck in this range, right? I know it was a different structure, different market. I'm not trying to compare it to today's, but I just want to give you an idea as to how markets move. Once we broke out of that range, right? Once we broke out of the range, look how nicely, I mean, every single month since the year, probably was January 17, the market started developing this really nice, orderly trend until we peak right here on 18. I think this was some China related stuff, and this was interest rates. This was when we dropped 20% last year into December. But anyways, it's very important for you guys to remember what had happened in the market, because the market itself has a memory. I mean, just look at all this mess that we're in, right? I mean, this is the month of May, and now have June and July, and this is the first month that is actually trying to break up higher. So I do have that target right here, 3,100, and the reason I do have that target is the same reason when I look at what happened at the 2,000 level, right? Here's 2,000, here's 2,000, and here's 2,100. Well, I mean, look at what the market did. The market broke, balanced, the market tried to break again, until they finally did it. They break to that number 2,100. Yes, the market corrected again, and the market has, the market, in order for the market to be healthy, it has to break a little bit. It has to come and correct those inventory. So I know this video is long, coming into a Monday morning, but I'd rather spend this time right now, because it could be really slow tomorrow. It's about 18 minutes long. I just want you to get a feeling of what the market is doing. Make sure you read what the market is trying to tell you. Don't fight the market. There were some guys in the room asking me, should I short 21? Should I be shorting 24? And I said, why do you want to short this market when we were sitting right here? I said, these guys are going without much volume, and that's when the market can actually rip higher, because you can just have a prop desk throw a bunch of orders just to lift it up, the market, lift it up and lift it up, continue to do that throughout the day, and that's exactly what they were doing. Some of the guys, I think they took losses on it, and I keep telling them I would not be fading this move, and that was on Friday. So again, I missed my trade right here from VWAP. It was a great trade, but I was done with my 8 points by 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning. I was completely done. And besides, sitting here for 3 hours going nowhere, Look where the market ended. I mean, the market ended at the same place, 23.75, I believe was the settle. M didn't do much. It left us 3 ticks of excess. So we could still go higher. I mean, we could still move much, much higher. And one last thing that I want to show you is the bigger picture. And the bigger picture that I have on my charts, if you look at the monthly, I have my monthly charts right here, and these are my notes that you can see the picture that I shared with you earlier. These are my notes that I'm keeping for my monthly. I want to see where the market is going. I need to be able to understand what the market is trying to tell me. The market needs to correct this inventory. We all know that, believe me. Tons of people knows that. I mean, again, tons of people keep shorting the market at 2,900, and now we are 100 points away from it. And there's still guys trying to short that. So we have to be in a good understanding with what the market is trying to tell us. On the weekly I have a couple of balances that, you know, some previous history. And we were right here in the month of June when we came in correct during the month of May. Right here for the month of May. And June then we started going back up, and we haven't been able to, you know, to adjust all this inventory. Nothing is telling me right now that it's going to be adjusted. One thing I can see is that is the market getting exhausted? I mean, look at what happened here. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks, and what do you get after that? I mean, you got a correction to inventory. Well, look where we are right now. I mean, we have, actually, let me show you, because I just realized that. We have, since the previous pullback, this was just a balancing week. So the breakout, this you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. So here's the breakout of this balance, and now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. So could we be going into a liquidation of inventory just to, you know, get some fresh legs? That could be a potential. But until the market proves to me what it wants to do, I'm not gonna be fighting it. I'll tell you that straight up. On my daily, look what the daily is looking like. Here is a daily fib number that I have, by the way. This is a pretty, I mean, this is just an extension, I believe, that I threw in there the other day. Some fib numbers is just a price projection. And all I did was grab the low, and this is, by the way, the 2920. When we started this move, very nice. So I'm trying to get a feel of where the market is going to give me that next leg. And it has been such a great tool for use in along my profile and my footprint. We had this balance area, guys. And I've been talking about this balance area forever. From 2970 to 3000. We've been stuck here the whole month of July, prior to July. And you look pretty much how we get out of the trade, right? Well, when we broke out of it, right, we came inside that balance. We were not able to go below there. Now we broke again away from it, and we're trying to move away from it. But I would expect this market to do is come and retest maybe the 3000s to give us the next leg up. So I have some fibs there. We came really close to the 30, 36, 618 number on that fib. And the next number will be around 3080. That's about 60 points from where we are. And very close to that 3100 magical number that they did back in 2014 when we broke 2000 on the ES. So they went from 2000 to 2100, and then they were, you know, giving us pullbacks and pullbacks after pullbacks, just liquidating inventory. And it was a different market. I'm not trying to compare it, but I just want to make sure whatever I see in the market, I want to be able to read it, understand it, so that I can make, based on the market generated information and my tools, I can execute my trades, and I can execute with a very well understanding of the context of the market. So this is just pure context for me to understanding the market. The 30-minute again, well, this is actually the one that I have shared with you before. It looks the market wants to give us maybe a small, liquidation this week. We have FOMC. We don't know how the market is going to react. I think the 25 basis point cut is already baked into the market. But who cares what I think? And it's very important for you when you come into the market. Stop trading what you think. And you have to really execute your trades based on what you see on your charts. And that has been a mistake some of the members have made, and just going with what they think the market is going to do. You could get in trouble by doing that. So with this, I'm gonna end the video, and I hope you guys watch it before coming into the market, before coming at 9 a.m. For those that are not in the room and you guys would like to come, there is a trial that you guys can check it out. You guys can come to our site, ask questions, send me a DM, follow me on Twitter at ESLive8, which means 8 hours a day, live screen share. So I'll leave you with that. Take care, guys. Good night. I'll see you guys in the morning. Thank you.